Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about environmental change and its effect on different societies throughout the ages. First of all, I'll give you an overview of what is meant by environmental change when related to a civilization. This will be followed by a short case study about Easter Island in the South Pacific Ocean. Then we'll go on to look at two very different points of view on how to address environmental concerns. And then I want to look at the implications for future societies. Okay, so the success of a civilization is closely linked to its environment. Evidence for this can be found in the failure of certain past civilizations, societies which failed because of environmental factors. Examples of this are Easter Island, the Mayan civilization of Central America, and the early Norse settlers in Greenland. All of these in the last 1,000 years. Several environmental factors contributed to the collapse of early civilizations. These included problems with the soil. For example, the ground was too wet to grow crops in. Secondly, poor water management, when not enough fresh water was available, or the water that was available was not drinkable. And then also the introduction of non-native species of animal. In other words, animals that the settlers brought with them, and which then had an effect on the native species. There was also more pressure on the things that could be used for survival: food, water, and so on. And as the civilizations became more established and the population grew, there was increased demand for resources, often leading to overhunting or overfishing. In most cases, it's likely that more than one factor caused this collapse. This failure of a particular society because of changes to the environment. This is certainly the case with Easter Island, the Polynesian island famous for its stone statues. According to early researchers, the people who settled there changed the environment by cutting down many of the native palm trees and clearing the land to use for agriculture, for farming. This seems to make sense. As we know, there was a lot of farming on the island, and removing trees certainly affects the local environment. But when archaeologists examined the area in greater detail in the year 2000, they also found the bones of thousands of rats buried in the ground. Now, there were no rats on Easter Island before the settlers came. They arrived with the settlers in their boats. Modern archaeologists believe that the rats also contributed to the rapid destruction of the palm trees by eating all of the seeds, the palm nuts. So there were several things happening which had an effect over time. In recent times, with more modern civilizations, other environmental dangers have emerged. Chemical pollution, energy shortages, so not enough energy, and of course, climate change. I want to look at two different views on how we can tackle these problems facing our environment and our civilization. Two different stances on the situation: the technocentric view and the ecocentric view. The technocentric view is that nature is there to benefit us, to benefit humans, As the Earth's most important species, we humans are in charge. According to technocentric thinkers, if there is a shortage of food or energy resources, people often look for a technological solution. In this way, we can continue to grow economically. So in their opinion, economic growth is a good thing. The ecocentric view is that the Earth is here for all species, not only for humans. Ecocentric thinkers believe it is a mistake to think that we can manage nature. In their view, nature is complex, and we still don't fully understand it. So ecocentrics believe that it is our responsibility to protect nature and to preserve existing ecosystems as much as possible. Lastly, they say that resources are limited, so we must only use what can be replaced. I'll stop there for a moment so we can briefly discuss these two opposing views.